Good afternoon. We are at the Goodwill outlets. We have already actually done Monday's thrifting. If you haven't seen that video, we'll drop that link below. We are here primarily for books and blankets. That is what we come here for, but we're always open to anything that we can find that we can flip for a profit.
They always have random things in here that I grab, and some things I don't actually need or they're not for resale, but I have to get them because I can't leave them here when you find such a good deal.
I know, it's just, you know, you don't, what's going to happen to them if you leave them here? You got to take them home. So let's go inside. Everybody's all lined up. They're about to release the bins on this side. Here we go. Let's see what we can find. There's such a mix of things. So you never know what you're going to get. I kind of like to just do like an initial peruse and then I come dig. All right, I do see one that I like. I actually think my mom has the same one on her bed. I've thrifted it before. Can you hold that one? First quilt at the bins.
Okay, they're doing a bin switch out right as we get here. So I'm gonna dig through books because they usually do that pretty quick after. And then I'll go over with Jami and look at linens and some of those other hard goods. All right, so a couple of good ones right off the bat. This one's coming apart. Look at that. They use other books, old. They didn't waste anything. Oh, it's missing its back. I'll leave that.
This is actually super cute wrapping paper. I don't know if I'll sell it online because, well, we might be able to stick it like in a tube. I was digging through over here and I found this sheep. And I don't know why, but it's so cute. You can like unzip it. It's like it's recently been shorn. So I'm gonna grab it. I've never seen anything like this before. It's just too cute to leave here. Oh, I wonder if this works. It's like one of those timer things for a metronome. That's what it is. I mean, it goes back and forth. I don't know, I'll have to ask Zeb if he knows how these work.
You know, never mind. I'm going to look for a couple more and I'm going to take this cover off and we'll just wrap them in ribbon with the cover off. So now I'm on the hunt for some books that are even more beat up. Better Homes and Gardens. This one's in better shape than last week. It does have a UPC on the back, so it's not old. I think we've got a few at the shop still, so I may leave this one here. Oh, I think I saw a couple good quilts go by right there. Hopefully Jami's spying them out.
So I just found the matching pillow sham. So I'm going to see if I can find another one. We'll see. This is kind of in the same section. Found these Hearth and Hands. Originally it was 4 bundles. There's 3 left. They're pretty cute, so I'll grab them. I'll come back for a second look, and I looked inside this because I thought it was cute, but I don't think I'm going to get it. But inside that, there was like this, I don't even know, like a pin thing. It says Creative Beginnings, made in the USA, solid brass. So some sort of jewelry making something or other. So I'm going to grab this and take it home and look it up.
This one's kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this book before. A Time to Keep, the Tasha Tudor Book of Holidays, 1979. It's got great art in it. Oh, look at that. And that might just, that's fun. We don't have a cart yet, so I'm just gonna leave a pile of books over here and reserve my spot for when I do find one. All right, I'm gonna go take this blanket that Jami found and put it on top of my books, further reinforcing that this is our spot. All right, I think we got a little metal candlestick here. That was originally $6 at Goodwill. I'm gonna keep that. I like to look through the bags and the backpacks. I love them. If I find better ones than what I have at home. Because we usually, so what I'm using them for is, as I get better and better backpacks and swap them out, I use them for like 72-hour kits and stuff.
So I found a stethoscope. This looks, I don't know, like, do they come in sizes? Would this be too small for my son? He's going to nursing school. For the 50 cents I'm probably going to pay for it, I'm going to take a chance on the stethoscope. Definitely a 70s tie quilt here. I'm going to grab this. I haven't found a good old tie quilt with old material in a while. I always like good magazines. This is one of the $12.95 Country Livings. It's less advertising and more like actual design ideas. So I'll definitely grab this one. And I'm going to look because usually where there's one magazine, there's more. I'm behind Zeb in the book section. I think it's like a 1930s, 1940s Christmas Carol book. It has a few stickers in it. Somebody passed off some songs, but I'm going to grab it.
I wonder if this works. These are actually great for watering large areas if you got a dry spot in your sprinkler system. If you guys see anything good, holler. Let me know.
Found another magazine, Martha Stewart, in December 2005. It's actually a pretty thick magazine, and it looks like all the little recipe cards are still in it, so I'm gonna put this in my magazine pile. Here is a Valentine's one, so I'll grab that too. While I'm looking in the magazines, I also found a Bobbsey Twins, so I'm gonna see if I can find some more. Didn't find another Bobbsey Twin, but I did find The Cow Went Over the Mountain, little golden book. So cute.
Usually it's Jamie keeping an eye out for all this stuff, but I found this cute little tea stain. Looks like it might be even handmade. Little bunny.
See what else I can find in here. I think that's a newer golden book. I like just the old ones. Do I need this to keep my bills paid?
I don't know. Do you have any muumuus?
I don't have. It's not a muumuu. It's a nightgown.
Oh, is it a nightgown?
Yeah, I think it's cute. And then I also got this quilt.
That's got some great fall colors on it.
Got a few issues, and then I don't know if these are expensive. This is a stethoscope. Harrington's a nursing student.
Oh, that looks like it's probably for a small person though.
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah, huh. And then, do you need this deer?
That deer is pretty cool. It looks like someone already pulled it off of like a sweater or jacket or something.
I don't know if we could cut it out and then put Stitch Witchery on it. I don't know.
I think what we could do is we could leave a little bit of the yellow and then get like a grain sack pillow and then just hot glue it onto the pillow for fall.
I'm not loving this for me. I just thought for you.
Oh, I think you are loving it for you.
For your cabin theme.
Oh, my cabin theme. Well, let's go build a cabin. I'll put it in there.
All right, we'll go.
So this one is going to work. High school subjects, self-taught. I don't think this book would sell for more than like $6 or $7. But it would be great with the binding taking off of it or the cover.
You pay more for hard.
Oh, found another one of these. I think we're good. I can do my book project now. We'll show you at the end of the video. All right. I don't know when this book was made. I'm guessing 1930s, 1940s. It could even be into the 50s. I don't think it's going to be newer than that. I probably could look it up and see when the first publication of it was. Farthest North. I like the color of the book. I like the cover here. And then this inscription on the inside is just about the best thing.
Oscar's book. 49 cents. So how much did we spend today?
So this is only $36 at the bins today.
Well, but I found Christmas wrapping paper. You're excited about that?
It's a pretty light day. That means we didn't get very many books because books are heavy and they charge by the pound.
Did you know you can unzip this and it's a shorn sheep? I mean, small but mighty. And also, let's not forget the deer. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
We're on the way home and a random snowstorm.
This is the kind of snow she doesn't mind. She just informed me she's in the car and it's not bothering her.
My seat heater is on and I am delightful. I like to look at it. I don't want to be in it.
We are back at home. We have a ton of projects. Most of these, if not all of them, did not come from the Goodwill bins, but this is kind of what we do with some of the stuff. We're going to be working on art. We've got an accumulation of art happening. We got 3 pieces. Going to update these frames, do some new art in this big one. And then this one needs painted On the frame, we're probably gonna take that gold. However, the glass broke, so we've got to get that swapped out. I might just pull that out and seal the print. I think it's just a print in there. It's not actual art on canvas. And then Jami is gonna be working on this chair over here. I know what you're gonna say. Yes, we are painting it.
And no, it's not antique, not even close. It's a pressed wood chair. It's beautiful. Let me flip it over so you can see the details. And the wood is pretty, but it's just not doing it for me. So I'm gonna paint it because I can.
Yeah, probably gonna end up with like a French country style look with some canvas on the seat.
Yeah, I'm out of primer, so I think I'm gonna go grab some white primer because it's really shiny. You could sand it a little bit to take the shine down, but I'm just gonna prime it also because I'm worried that if I sand it, I'm gonna get wood tannins and they could bleed through. So I'm just gonna prime it one coat and then we'll get on there with Provincial. And I have some beautiful French linen that I'm gonna cover the seat with. I'm starting off with painting the frames. I'm going to be using barn quilt on this frame and then gold over the top. It's a very old tradition of laying down red before gold leaf, and that's gonna work the same way with the golden ticket. It's just gonna give us better coverage and really richen up the gold. And then I don't have it out yet, but these two frames are gonna be painted in juniper. So it's gonna look like Christmas for a minute, but just stay with us.
I am in the barn. I promise it's more organized than it looks. It's been a long winter. It's getting very full as it always does every winter because we do more projects in the spring once it's warm. I think we need an end table in the shop. We sold one last week. I think this little guy here needs a couple repairs. So it needs some sanding and some other repairs, but we'll get that all sorted out. So I'm gonna take this over to Jami. She can work her magic on it. I'll do the repairs and get her painting it. I might paint it, we'll see. We'll see who ends up painting what. I gotta print out some stuff for those frames. While I was gone at the shop picking up a couple things, Jami pretty much got these painted. They're almost ready for gold. This, we're just leaving, right? We might do some gold over the top.
I'm not thinking gold because these have like nature prints in them.
Yeah.
So probably dark wax. I still have one more, but I gotta wait till you fix the table so I can slide that over and paint the other one.
All right, we got Titebond 2 wood glue, and I'm just gonna glue it in here where it was glued before. That's all that was holding this in before. Looks like someone's done some putty work at some point. And then clamp that down.
I'm gonna squeeze it, or are you gonna film and squeeze?
I can film and squeeze it.
Where'd you put the primer?
It is over on
I see it.
the buffet. Okay, I'm gonna get that on there and then I will clamp that. These little spring clamps are by far one of my favorite clamps. They're super handy. They work as a third arm and hand sometimes. They've got a pretty strong spring in them. So as long as you can get the jaws open wide enough, I use these every chance I can get. They're usually about $1 or $2 down at the hardware store for these.
Painting the primer on this chair because I didn't want to sand it, and I was worried about wood tannin bleed through. So I'm using a Salvation solution in white. It's a water-based primer, so you can wash it right out of your brush, totally safe to use inside without a mask. The only smell that it really has is of alcohol, but there's no VOCs. If you want any of these paint and products, they're all available at JamiRayVintage.com.
So Jami has decided that the next layer of paint is going to be sprayed on here. We're going to do Provincial in the cottage colors. So you guys are going to get to see how to use that new fancy little sprayer I've been showing off, but just teasing you with and not showing it to you.
So you are supposed to brush this particular primer. It's how it says. We have sprayed it, but the correct way is to brush it. So not wasted that I brushed it and then I'm going to spray it, but... And I am seeing, Zeb, do you want to take them over here and show them up close?
Yeah.
There's yellow coming through the primer, and it's being locked in by the primer, but that's bleed through that would have come through the paint. So it's a good idea that we did go ahead and prime this. I kind of thought that might happen.
I've got my art set up, formatted, and printing for this big piece of canvas. We'll see how it comes out. I think this is the largest piece of canvas print that I've done. It's 36 by 48 inches, so it's a large piece. This is also getting painted in the juniper. We're using all cottage color today, which is made for us by DIY Paint. And I'm painting, this is kind of felt right here. I'm painting right over that. Might take a couple coats, but I'm not gonna sweat it because that's basically the matting and part of the frame. And to pull that out, you have like this weird glue residue underneath. and then it's usually rough and textured, and it's better to just leave it in and paint it, in my opinion. Okay, Jamie painted this frame earlier, and it's got a couple little shiny spots. I'm gonna just take the heat gun to that real quick. It's mostly dry, and you don't have to heat gun. In the interest of getting this video done in one day, we're going to heat gun this. Your favorite part of every video, watching the paint dry? All right, second coat going on here. Should only need 2 coats on this. Then it'll be good. We may dark wax, we may distress. I don't know where we're going. Maybe a white wax would look good, little oxidized effect on here. It's time to go gold. It's my favorite time.
I'm gonna do 2 coats because it's the sealer and the gold all in one. And then we'll do some dark wax on it.
You can definitely see how well the gold covers over that red.
Yeah, it's working really well.
It really makes it have like a good rich tone.
And it's a nice thin coat, so you don't really use that much of the patina.
Hot off the press.
Look at that. That is good. It's such a big dramatic print, but where we're putting it in the shop, it's going to just bring people's eye from the front door all the way back.
How does it look? Does it pass the 6 foot?
It does. I think it's going to be good. Hopefully the print size is correct for the frame and it works out. So this is original art. It's good. I actually like the clouds and the trees, but I'm just not a fan of it overall. And I just want this bigger picture. So I bought the art for the frame. So we're going to have to...
I'm going to push it as far as I can to the edges. We do have some white strips. If it doesn't fit in the frame, I will just take a piece of tape and paint this gold where the white is, and then do that all the way around equally, and then it'll just look like it's border around the edge of the frame instead of the canvas didn't get printed big enough. Because this is the max size of canvas we have on hand. I could go a little bigger, but I don't have any here today.
Hey, it is what it is, and this is gonna look good. So I'm testing it for fit. I still have to do 1 more coat on the frame and then dark wax, but I feel like already the frame looks so much better. That before it was like brown with gold and speckles, which is just not good. Do you need help?
No, I'm gonna get it. I just gotta get it under this cable, and then I'm gonna put it back on the table.
I mean, I'm just sitting here. Look how pretty that print is. I can tell you right now, this print will be released in a sellable format. Oops, you ripped that canvas.
Where?
Over there on the edge.
Oh, that's fine.
It's just on the edge, it's fine. This will be in a sellable format for sure. It's a winner. Good luck getting that in.
Boy, this is tricky.
Tricky.
I showed this setup in a video a couple weeks ago, but I didn't show you guys how to use it. It is the Graco True Coat Airless 360 Cordless Connect. It's got a spray, a pump, and you can change the tips out on it. It hooks to whatever drill you got. It doesn't have to be cordless, but it works a lot better if it is because it's got this strap that fits right on the bottom of the battery. I'm going to strain some paint into here, and then I'll show you guys how to prime it and start spraying. This is the cottage color. It's the single step in provincial. It's what we're going to use on that chair. You don't have to water this down or dilute it. I'm straining it through, although you can see how rich and creamy that is. I've never had the strainer catch anything yet, but that doesn't mean it won't. It's always a good idea to strain your paint, and it keeps your sprayer working really good. This Graco sprayer, it's not something we carry, and it's not something that they are paying me to promote. I just really liked it, so I'm sharing it with you guys. I will drop an affiliate link to Amazon down in the description below if you want to go check it out. I have been really happy with mine so far. This is as easy as pulling this off, the strainer off, and then let's see if I can do this in film. One-handed, twist that back on. Okay. It's ready to go. All right, we're taking a little field trip out into the garage. Even though this paint is all natural, no VOCs, you still want to wear a respirator. This isn't going to atomize the air like an HVLP sprayer will because it's pumping this paint out, but you still don't want to breathe any of that in. So respirator, mask, proper PPE, and then to prime this, so we got it all set up here, right? but the paint's at the bottom. This is like a nice little squeezable thing. Okay, so it's got a little valve over here on the side. Pop that up, and I'm gonna squeeze this container till the air all stops coming out of there. And this is pretty flexible, you're not gonna break it. I've got about a pint in here. So, all right, we've ran out of air there. And then I've got it on the prime setting. I didn't know you were gonna get a full spray gun tutorial today, did you? So it is priming. And then you put it to spray. Okay, we didn't get it primed good enough. Still got some air in there somewhere. Oh, found some more air, you can hear it. Okay, squeeze that back some more. Close that little cap. Prime it. I always like to do a little test spray just to make sure that it's flowing good, and then we're gonna get to painting this chair.
I have black wax. People ask me what the difference is. Dark and black wax. Dark is brown, black is black. But I kind of use them interchangeably. Like, I don't know that the look is that different. It's just a little darker. But I want to age this gold. So I'm going to come in and brush it on here. I don't have to do a clear coat first because the golden ticket has a clear coat in it, so it doesn't need clear wax. And then I'm just going to come back and wipe it back. And you can kind of see the difference between the dark wax and the shiny no wax, and I want to age it a little.
That mat that you just painted down there, that canvas, that's gonna be, you might have to clear wax it if you want that to be less dark, because it's textured. It is.
It's fine.
Oh, nice.
It just sticks down into the webbing and just gives it like a linen look.
So we're dark waxing these because when we put the painting up in there, it really threw off like a blue hue, and we want them to be more green and pull the green colors.
Yeah, I think the dark wax, see, that's good together.
Yeah, I think that's gonna work.
So I think we're gonna do the same thing on the other one, and then these will be done. And then do you want to show them those gold ones that I finished?
Oh yeah. So
it's dark outside right now, so.
Yeah, we've lost the light. You know, it's 5:30 in January, but so we've got. This one is all finished. You can see that. That's gonna look great once we get that picture in there. I messed up on the first one, and so I'm reprinting this, and I ran out of canvas like 90% through the print. So I've got to go to my canvas shop in the morning and grab more. They're all the way up in Salt Lake, so it's a half-hour drive up there. So we'll go get that done tomorrow.
So we aren't gonna be finishing today, but we will be finished by tomorrow, and the video's not going up till Thursday, so we're good.
So we're going to go ahead and get this little table painted. We got it all sanded up. The veneer's never going to be perfect on here unless we peel it all the way off, redo it, or sand it flush. And the wood underneath is cracked and like seconds wood. So we're just going to sand it good, paint the whole thing, give it a distress and maybe a wax, and this will be done. So it might be hard to see on camera. This top was never going to be perfect. And there's like a little bubble here. The paint got on there. The veneer was so wet. The glue came up as it dried. I'm not gonna stress the bubbles, but what I am gonna do, I've got some 220 grit sandpaper. I'm just gonna distress these edges and help it out with some of its age. And then I may come back in and dark wax some of these small details here. It might look pretty good to do that. It doesn't need sealed. The dark wax will be purely decorative, but I think we'll do that. I'm not gonna take responsibility for distressing this one. I'm gonna let Jami do it.
Well, the nice thing is I use that like white primer, so we're getting a nice layered French country paint finish, because people always ask me, do I use clear, do I use white? I mean, it just depends on what you want your finish to be, and in this case it's working to my advantage.
The nice thing about hand sanding versus going in with an orbital, when you have so much detail like this, it just catches the high spots and makes it look like natural wear.
Yeah, and if it does happen to get a little scuff here and there, it's good. And I'm having to work like decently hard to get this fresh paint off, and that's because I primed it. Like, I'm giving it a good push, and this is 220 to get that paint off. So the primer on that super shiny surface was definitely the way to go, and it controlled all the bleed through too.
Okay, so I didn't film it, but I just had the iron out. No steam on the highest setting, no air in there, and got these to lay flat. I just use a rag or towel over the top so that I didn't have direct heat on the paint, and it's nice and smooth now. You can still see it's got some imperfections in the wood and stuff like that, but that's normal. That's why we distressed it. Okay, DIY's dark wax. It's nice and creamy. We use it on pretty much everything. Just up here in the details, around the edges, and then I'll wipe that back pretty quick. But I'm gonna do one side at a time, and then we'll wipe it back. Okay, don't want it on there too heavy. I'm gonna keep working on this a little bit, but I need two hands.
Zeb asked if he was gonna rip off the fabric or me, and I was like, let's see those muscles. Sure. I mean, I can rip it off. Honestly, if it were me, I'd probably just take it and zip the fabric off with a straight edge. But that also works, what Zeb's doing. They also make tools that remove staples. We've just never in... How many years have we been doing?
I find that these channel locks, because you grab here, right, and then you got that big head you can roll. As long as your fabric's not ripping out from the staples, it'll pop them right out.
Well, and if you got guns, I don't have muscles like you do.
And then you get to the point where it's not enough, you can grab on by hand and you can just pull them.
Any length, we're removing the fabric, removing the staples. The chair is really clean, so we're leaving the existing batting and foam. I have salvaged the Oli cloth, so I will use it to recover it because that's also in good condition. There's no dog hair, so I didn't have any animals or anything. Like, this is a really good, clean chair. I want to point out that this is MDF. It's not wood. This has not been replaced. This is original to the chair. Zeb's laughing.
Too salty
I'm trying not to be saucy, but this chair is not even vintage, okay? It's not antique, it's not precious. This fabric is honestly not even high-end. It looks like a tapestry type fabric, but it's not. It's pretty cheap. And so I don't feel guilty at all. It's a well-made chair, but I don't feel guilty at all if I paint it and upholster it. And I'm gonna be real honest, that chair there is antique. It's painted white. And even though I didn't paint it, I would have painted an antique white too. I have no shame. I will paint the antiques.
It's already white when we got it.
It was already white when I got it, but like Marie Antoinette painted her antiques. And in fact, little history lesson. When we went to Dover, we went to the medieval castle, and I asked the guy, I said, why is all this furniture painted? And he said that it was a sign of wealth and prosperity to be able to paint furniture. And in the
peasants had the regular wood chairs.
Peasants had the wood furniture, and around like 1100 to paint in bright colors, not even tasteful pastels, bright primary colors. It was very regal.
Red paint was the hardest to get and make and be bright and vibrant, and so everything in the royal stuff was red.
And we're just doing what other people have done generations before us, carrying on the long-standing tradition of painting wood. Let's upholster. Okay, so this is French linen. I don't remember where I bought it. It is monogrammed. It's from, I believe, before we even started going to France. This chair is not getting that because to me that's the best part, and this chair is not expensive enough. So I'm gonna find an edge. I'll cut a piece of fabric, upholster that, and then remember to save this for my own projects. I actually think this would be perfect for under the stairs. We're working on a French mattress or a covered mattress that I'm gonna have Shelly do for me, so hopefully there's enough.
She has found the corner she wants, just gonna cut it a little large, Should just fold it over there. It's like magic. We'll show you.
Careful when you're stapling or putting fabric on here that you're not like covering up where you gotta screw in, just from experience. All right, so just make sure you're getting these in, pulling as you go, but not so much that you get puckers in your fabric, and do not staple over the holes.
So she's just going, she did the front side, started in the middle and went to the edges, and now she's doing the back side. And she'll do both sides, and then she'll do the corners, and then it'll be done.
Yeah, and it's a little wrinkled, so I'm probably gonna have to like steam out the fabric. I am trying, most of it will get pulled out, I feel like, but. All right, so if you're really good, you can do it without puckers, but I'm not, so. I just get to the edge and I make sure it's kind of tight in here. And then you'll actually see that I pulled this a little tighter too and re-staple that because I wanted it nice and taut. And I'm just gonna pull this as tight as I can across here, and you're gonna have a little bit of pucker, but once this slides down, I don't think you'll really notice. So that's on the front there. Oops, that staple's gotta go. Okay, now you can see the edge. It's not perfect, but that chair actually has a lip that's gonna come to about here, so most of it won't even be seen. Cutting off excess fabric so it's not all bunchy. The front's okay. I'm gonna cover the back anyways. And this is the bottom of the chair, so just wanna make it look pretty professional, but if it's not perfect, I'm not uberly concerned. I can't tell you how many professional jobs I've seen that look like they gave a kindergartner scissors.
So the very last step is Scotch Guard. Can't have that French linen getting any stains.
No, and I keep it on hand, so don't you stress, I got you covered.
Okay, we're losing the light, but we're gonna take these over and put them in the shop. So you'll get to see them over there, but it just might not be great lighting. So there's the chair, I'll get closer in a second. Here's this little end table. And then we've got that piece of art, this really big piece of art, which I love that. That's 36 inches tall by 48 inches wide on the actual print. Then we have this one here. That green on the frame really softened up the hues in there. It was looking really brown and dead, and now it's pulling all the color out of that picture.
This one was especially orangey, and it's an autumn print, so it is what it is, but the green really tones it back.
And then we also have this one, which I actually like better without the glass.
No, the print is a really good solid print, and it has a good finish. It doesn't need glass. It can be dusted the way it is.
Yeah, they already have like the crackle and everything in the print is probably taken from an original, so it's good. Time to load this all back into the shop here. See if we can find places for all of it.
Okay, that definitely was too small, but it's what we put up there.
It never looked good. The picture that was there was that Monet.
Yeah,
that
that
we
sold.
found.
And we actually have some bigger pictures that probably would have looked okay there, but I told Deb to put that one there, and it just doesn't look good. While we're here, I'm realizing we need to restock the A4 papers.
Let's
Look,
see
I'm
if I
sad.
can even get this up there.
Yeah, I don't, how's the string on that? Did you measure that so you know how big the frame is? Okay, is that
You
secure?
gotta scooch back so they can see how good it looks. That's the biggest we've ever printed.
That is so big. But it's good. It's good big.
I'm gonna have to look at it from the front.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out from the front, and we'll have to measure it. And I'm gonna have to try to photograph that up there, but that won't go regular mail. That's gonna have to go with a courier if it ships.
Yeah, it's too big. It won't. It's like a big screen TV almost.
Yeah.
Jamie threw this up in the spring section, and she's like, "I don't like it. I don't want it right there."
I'm thinking I'm gonna move this table, but it fits in between the two chairs. So I think I'm gonna move that and then set this up here. And then these little chairs, I don't know where I'm gonna move them. I feel like I'm playing musical junk.
Yep.
Instead of musical chairs.
It's good. You know, the end of 2024 was good. It's been a good picking season. We have lots of goodies.
All right, it's going in place now. See, it looks so good with all these girls. Oh.
Oh, it didn't catch. Oh yeah, it did.
It's just really long. There you go.
Lots of fun thrifting at the bins and a ton of DIYs in this one. If you made it this far, you're doing awesome because how many? We did 7, 8, 6
Did you
projects.
show him the candlestick? I don't even think you did that one.
I'm not. It might have been in the background.
We had to get these done because if you guys are junkers like us, you know that if you have projects sitting around, you don't have room for new projects. Monday, I passed over a gorgeous dresser and mirror that I just could not buy because we had no more room. So I can check all this stuff off my list. Hopefully it sells, and then I can paint some more stuff. If you guys need paint products, visit JamiRayVintage.com. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY
and thrifting. We'll see you on the next episode.